Alrighty, so it is right now Thursday. Last week, Wednesday, I ordered the parts that I needed. Tuesday night, I ordered them at like 10 at night. Wednesday morning, I get a confirmation email that they got my order and everything, and it'll be shipped in 2 to 3 business days. I'm like, okay, cool. It'll be here like early next week. Awesome. This Monday rolls around. I don't get any shipping notification at all. Nothing. I email them and I get a response of, if this was a super important thing, you should have expedited it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I was okay with waiting 2 to 3 days for it to ship, but it's been over 3 days and it hasn't shipped at all. And they thankfully sent it to me, or they ordered it from Gale themselves and had it like 2 days shipped to me. So now it is Thursday the next week, and I am tired. But I want to get this thing done because I am sick and tired, even more than I am tired, sick and tired of calling my neighbor and asking to borrow their skid steer every other day just to feed the cows. So I want to get this thing knocked out. I want to get this thing up and running so that I can move on to other projects. But I acquired a online version of this. I printed the whole thing off and put it in a binder, just because I like to have physical copies of manuals. Ooh. And yeah, I had to get the parts manual to figure out how this thing goes together, how this tandem drive pump goes. And it's really confusing because in the picture, it's rotated 90 degrees from what it is on the skid steer, which is really, really confusing. I was looking at it, I was like, nothing looks the same. And then I figured out that it's rotated 90 degrees. And I'm like, why the fuck would they do that? But whatever. So I got the correct seals ordered. I had to order a whole seal kit in order to get the one seal that I needed that was leaking. So I have a whole seal kit, but I think I'm only going to use like 2 things out of it. And I ordered bushings for the controls because one of them is getting really, I think it's the bushing for the left side drive is getting really sloppy. So I ordered those as well. Here, I'll actually show you. This is the whole seal kit. Then I got these bushings, and then I got these plastic bushings, and then I have these bushings. All 3 of those bushings for the same single pin. I'm like, why not just make it one bushing? I don't know. But got all that. I don't know if I'll put those bushings in today. I'm at least going to get the seal in so I can get this thing out of here, because I think my next video I want to do something else other than the skid steer. So we'll get on our way. All right. So the first step is to take a bracket off of the bottom. I'll show you guys in a minute, but I have to take a support bracket off of the bottom, and that whole pump assembly, it just hangs off of the engine. It does have a mount up top here, but I don't want to just trust like the 2 tiny bolts. I rigged up a ratchet strap underneath and across, and then over to that side, and I have it nice and tight right now. But that is to support it so that I don't crack the housing or anything once I take that support off, because that's going to be a lot of weight hanging out. and if you have a lot of weight hanging out, it can pull on those casing or the housings, and it can possibly crack off any mounting ears or anything that you have. And it's generally a good practice to put it back where you have, like back in the same spot. You don't want it like mounted up too high or mounted down too low. You want it in kind of the same spot. So that's the idea with the ratchet strap. Alrighty, so that right there is the bracket that we got to pull off. There's those 2 bolts, and then there's a bolt up there, I think. I don't know, it's hard to see. My face is like right up against the bottom of this. I can't even see what the camera sees right now. But I will take that bracket off, and then I will have access to the tiny little plate underneath there, and I'll see you once I get this plate off. So we got the plate off. She's a little grimy, so I have a little folding parts washer right there. It's pretty neat. It folds up against the wall. There we go. She is nice and clean, almost good as new. But all right, now we'll move on to underneath, and we will check out that seal. All right, we're back over here, and that's the plate that I gotta pull off. I believe that is a T25 screw on both of those, and I think I'll pull those off, and then we'll see what we see underneath. Alrighty. Well, as soon as I took that plate off, it started leaking hydraulic fluid everywhere. So right now I've got a bucket underneath there, or well, a pan catching everything. It's like in between a drip and a stream, so it's leaking pretty good, but not too bad. But so there's the plate. This thing is bent. It was bent out, so I think I'll put it back on this way and throw that back up, so that keeps pressure on it. But I have this washer that was on top of here, and this was the bottom, obviously. This has a O-ring on the outside of it, so we'll get a new O-ring put on there, and then up in there, here, I'll show you. Under how am I gonna do this without getting the camera oily? I think you can see now. There is a seal up there that I am going to try and pull out, and I think I'll put the new seal in, and then I'll seal all this up. So actually, after going under there and taking a look, and then checking the book, I was looking at this one. This one's the front one, this one's the back one. And we are on this side. That's the plate that we have. And then you have the metal plate with that groove for the O-ring. Then you have the washer. And then there is the inner and outer bearings braces, which that's not a seal, so that's it. I had a pick and I was trying to pull the seal out, and I was like, this feels like metal. Well, it was. And I got this little plate all cleaned up, new O-ring on it. If I knew it was just an O-ring this whole fucking time, I probably would have just changed the O-ring. But I thought it was a seal. Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. We got that plate up. It's still bulging down a little bit. Like that inner plate with the O-ring can't seat properly. So I think that those bearings over time vibrated down. So I am going to use I'm going to take this plate back off, this outer plate back off, and I'm going to put a bottle jack and a large pin underneath and very, very carefully press that up a little bit more. And this really isn't how you're supposed to do it, but we're gonna roll with it just because it's not gonna seal like this. It's like almost halfway out, so she's got to go in more, so we'll make her go in more. Okay, so I put the bottle jack underneath, jacked up a bit. It didn't really go in anymore. It just kind of jacked up the whole engine and pump assembly a little bit. I didn't want to go too far because that housing for the pump assembly is aluminum. So I didn't want to crack that. So I let off the bottle jack. I took the big punch. It's like an inch around. I took that and a hammer, and being underneath it, I swung as much as I could. And I tried punching it up a little bit. I don't think that worked either. At least not really that much that I could tell. But I put that little plate back on and the screws back in, and so now it's on. I cleaned up everything underneath with brake clean. Ooh, wait, I was just about to say that I am going to start it, but I want to put do I want to put that on first? No, I was going to put that brace back on that I cleaned up. I was gonna say that I should put this on first, but if that's still leaking, I don't want to put that on and then have it leak and then have to pull that off again. So I think I'm going to start it and check for leaks. I'm gonna put some cardboard underneath. Thankfully, I have some Spotted Cow boxes. The best beer. If it's not your favorite beer, you're wrong. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna throw these under there and check for leaks. I ran it. I didn't see any leaks on the cardboard. It looks like it's still clean. No drips. No drips. All clean. All right. Well, I am going to crawl under there on the creeper, double check. Not that it's like starting to seep or something and just hadn't dripped yet. And close it up if that's good. Then I gotta put that plate back on the bottom. Not the belly pan that support. I just bolted that in, and we're gonna let this ratchet. Everything seems fine. So I'll take this out. Next I'm gonna put on the belly pan, and then while I'm in here, I might as well do those bushings up top, so I think that's when you'll see me next. Alrighty, well, got it all. She's down off the blocks. Bottom belly pan is on. I was going to show you that, but then once I took it down, I remembered that the left rear tire always is flat, like every day. And I could never see anything in the tire because the tires were always full of manure. So I just took the time to spray it with some soapy water, and let me show you what I found. Where is she? There she is. That's a nail. You don't want those in your tire. I will back it up just a little bit so that nail is at the top, and then I will show you how to patch a tire with a tire plug. because that's what I got. Alrighty, so we've got ourselves our nail right there. And we have a very cheap Harbor Freight plug kit. Comes with rubber cement, the installation tool, the little plugs, and then a reamer. So the way that you do this is first you pull out the nail, then you use the reamer, go in and out a couple times to spread the what are they called? The wire mesh shit. You spread that out so that you can fit. Then next you grab one of these. They're really, really fucking sticky. You thread it through that kind of like a needle. Well, actually just like a needle. Then you thread it through halfway. Then you take this, you shove it into that hole, and then this one has a slit in the end. I don't know if you can see that very well. That once you push it in, you just pull it straight out. Some of them, I think they want you to twist and pull, like it cuts it, and then it pulls it out. They have different styles, but I think this one's the most common because I have another one of these. That's a bigger kit that's in my daily driver, my wife's daily driver, and then this one comes with rubber cement. Sometimes they come with a lube that you can put on the reamer and make it easier, but this one didn't. And then I think the rubber cement is just to coat this before you shove it into the tire, just to make it that much more sealed, I guess. I'm not 100% sure why they added the rubber cement in there. That's the first time I've seen it, but I don't know. I might as well use it. But I'm gonna pull this bad boy out and I'll show you how this is done. Alright, now the best tool to pull out nails in tires is a pair of vice grips, in my opinion. Pliers would work too, whatever you need to fucking use to get it out. It's just gotta come out. Oh, yep, you can hear it. Oh, I got some of the tire in that. She's gonna be. Yep. Holy shit! That's a nail. Alright. Then before all of our air leaks out, I'm just gonna use this. Alright. We'll just leave that in there so that all of our air doesn't leak out. Sometimes if you're thinking ahead, unlike me, you'll have this threaded on first, and then you pull it out, and then you ream it, and then you shove this in. But you know, it's late, so I'm not thinking right. But whatever. So yeah, you just take this and you just kind of shove it through there. Oh, come on. It's a pain in the ass because it's gooey and thick. Alright, I think I'll throw some rubber cement on here. Oh, maybe? Is there any in there? Oh god, shit. Whew. There was nothing and then it was all of it. Shit. We're just gonna spread that around. Call that good enough. Get in there. Oh, I am bending my tool. That's why you don't want to use a Harbor Freight one, maybe. But in a pinch it works. Just like that. So you'll want to shove it in with a little bit sticking out, these two little ends. Because if you shove it in all the way, then it's just inside of the tire and it's not actually sealing it. So then you just pull it out. and a lot of guys will cut these like maybe a quarter inch off the tire, and then you're good. That's it. Alrighty, now on to these bushings. See how, alright, let me see if I can do this right. See how these move? This is for turning. This is back, that's forward. See, it's backwards because, you know, whatever. But see how the bottom right one is moving with it, and then up here it's all sloppy. You can go all over the place. Yep, that bushing is all kinds of fucked. So I am going to take these apart and we'll swap the bearing or bushings. Bushings, not bearings, bushings. There's a difference. Alrighty, well we got this off of here. This had this inside of it, so this is a plastic outer, and then the, I think, brass inner bushing, and then you have this on the inside, and then that's what rides on each other, and then you have a plastic washer on the bottom, and then a metal washer to cap it all off, and then on the top you have your metal washer and then your plastic washer underneath. And that's just how this is. So I will put the new ones in this side, and then we'll look at that side, because that side's the worst one, and I want to know what went away, because it's got a lot of slop in that one. So I'm gonna I'm gonna look at that one once I'm done with this one. Alrighty, so I guess I lied to you guys, because I said that this was plastic, because this one is pretty hard. Let me take this out of the... It's kind of harder, but this is more like a urethane. So this is just a cushion, I think. And this is absolutely what went wrong on that side. I can almost guarantee it now. Now that I know that this is all squishy, yeah, this is gone. Oh yeah, she definitely did not have that blue part. Pulled it out, and this was already like this. It's all kind of mangled. Good thing I did this before this all went to hell. These are still okay. It's just got like a weird grease kind of coating on it. That's why they look black. But they're still good. Still plastic washers, so I'll clean everything up. I gotta clean this up because this is all kind of nasty in it. I think that polyurethane bushing just like disintegrated? I don't know. It's not there. Not anymore. But I'll put the new stuff in, and then I think I'm done for the night, because it is 11:33 p.m. So I gotta go to bed. We are good. Look at that. Both of them move together, and there's not a crazy amount of slop. It's awesome. I'm so excited. And they return to center better when it's running, when there's actual pressure in the lines and stuff. But that is everything. I'm gonna close the cab, bolt it down, and use it tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. That's pretty much it on this one, I think, for now. In the future, this is not like a super important needs to be done right now kind of thing, but the attachment, I don't know if you can see that very well, but the rods that come out of the hydraulic cylinders, these, the rods that come out of them, they are probably shot on the end, and then this pin on both sides are shot. I already need to get new seals for the cylinders anyways, because when there's weight on it, they creep down, which means that there's fluid bypassing the hydraulic seals. So I gotta redo that anyway, so then I'll put in new rods that aren't all fucking worn out, new pins, so then this whole front attachment will be pretty good. But that is not important right now. I have other things that are higher on the list, so that'll be a future thing. But yeah, I think we're good for now. Alright, so this was supposed to be the end. Everything was supposed to be good. I drove it out, used it for about a day and a half, and it turned out it keeps popping the breaker for some reason. Its own breaker just shuts off and it shuts everything off. So I don't know, because I didn't mess with any of the wiring. I didn't mess with any electronics. So I don't know why it's doing that. So I guess there will be a part 3. So find out in part 3 what's going on.